Ubisoft is in complete meltdown mode. We saw this coming. For anybody who's been watching the channel for a while, we knew that Ubisoft was going to have an epic failure with Star Wars Outlaws. We know that that's going to continue with Assassin's Creed Shadows. They've really screwed up so big with their little LGBTQ DEI crap that they're trying to throw into everything. And gamers rejected it. Gamers don't want this. It's not good gameplay. It's not interesting. They focused on all the wrong things, and they're paying the price for it, literally, at this point. So huge stock drop-off. It has not recovered as of this video, looking pretty dismal for them. And I've seen companies do this. They go hard in this direction, and then they reap what they sow. Very funny stuff. We'll get into the nitty-gritty of this in just a moment. My name's John Delarose. Everybody, please hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about all things in the culture, especially what's going on in the video game world. I am a content creator myself. This is my Hidden Emperor graphic novel. It's only available for 6 more days on Kickstarter, so I would love for you to get in on this. This is a fantastic book. If you like Star Wars, like the old action adventure, like when it was fun, you'll absolutely love this graphic novel. That's in the description below. Great way to support the channel. Thank you guys so much for joining us. All right. So Ubisoft, the company behind Star Wars Outlaws, X-Defiant, Assassin's Creed, Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six, saw its stock price drop 7% in a single day. That's a huge drop-off. Stocks don't drop that big that often, guys. It's a big deal, especially in the bull market that we're in now, as it faces pressure from investors to take the company private, as well as reports of a soft sales for Star Wars Outlaws. The stock price fell to a low of 13.67 euros, which is 7% over in one day. According to Yahoo Finance, the stock price declined over 16% in the past 5 days. That's huge, and 41% last 3 months. So you see just how this slide's been going. And investors understand this stuff. They're savvy because they know they don't want to lose their shorts on the DEI investments. When things have been going really badly 3 months ago, we're in a spot where these 2 games were about to drop. Assassin's Creed was all in the news because of the Black Samurai crap and because of their disrespecting Japanese culture completely, if you might recall, and then having to apologize to Japanese gamers. There's a full-on petition out there with over 100,000 signers who are saying they want that canceled in Japan because it's so offensive to Japanese gamers. That's interesting. One petition in Japan is doing better than the Save the Acolyte petition, which is sitting at like 70K from all those stands of Disney in America. So there's a lot less actual fans of this crap than they pretend there is. Now, this is an absolutely crazy stat on the stock level as well. Like I said, the investors knew. They knew this was all going to happen. Ubisoft tried to run cover for it. They gave a bunch of investor calls trying to woo people away from this exact result, and it didn't work. The CEO saying they're going to have the largest marketing campaign ever, it didn't work. Nothing happened on this level. The recent stock drop comes in the wake of Star Wars Outlaws reportedly having soft sales, as well as a Slovakian investment firm, AJ Investments, urging the company to go private. Now, I watched this. I'm a comic guy as well, for comic books, of course, so I watched this happen with IDW Publishing 2 years ago. Their stocks were in such a terrible position that they decided to take things private, delisted off the New York Stock Exchange. Things have gone even worse since then. It's been a disaster over there, as the same woke people are still in charge of IDW. It's like they didn't learn their lesson. So just delisting things does not help things in the long term, but it is a sign that investors have no confidence in what Ubisoft's doing. So first, it was reported Star Wars Outlaws sales were performing much worse than Jedi Survivor in the United Kingdom. Games industry head Christopher Dring detailed that Star Wars Outlaws launch sales were 55% lower than Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Wow. He said it was 15% bigger than Ubisoft Massive's last game, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. Did anybody play Avatar? I mean, I don't think so. That's not a good stat right there to be compared to. This data seemingly reflects a report from True Trophies that detailed the game only hit 25th place on the top 40 most popular PlayStation games chart the week it debuted. Now, that's crazy. For a big open-world Star Wars game that's like a AAA or quadruple A level game, my gosh, 25 in week 1, not good. It should have been number 1, absolutely. If this was really Red Dead Redemption in space, like they build it as, that's where it would be. That's what people wanted. So they said number 25 is just below the middle of the chart. It sits behind pretty much every major and middling live service games in terms of popularity right right now. Normally, these are early 20s spots where PS Plus indie games debut, not new AAA open world games, just like I said. In its second week on the chart, the game fell to 28th place, so it did not increase. There was not word of mouth that spread on this. It's lowering as people get even more pissed about what's going on when they actually play this game. Now, remember, they screwed early access players as well, so those players might have dipped out because of this, and that really probably did not help their sales also. We did a video about that. You can go check it out on the channel. For comparison, Concord was 29th on the chart. We know how Concord sold. Oh my gosh, this is a complete train wreck disaster for Ubisoft. Oh, this is on a level you can't even imagine. On top of what it looks like poor sales, AJ Investments sent an open letter to the board of directors urging them to go private or sell to a strategic investor. This is what they said. They said the recent quarterly results, which included postponement of key games like Rainbow Six Siege and The Division into the 2025 lineup and a lowered revenue outlook for Q2 2024, have heightened our concerns about the management's ability to deliver value to shareholders over the long term. Share price of Ubisoft has decreased by 40% over the last year compared to rise of its competitors and indexes. Crazy. Yeah, everything was going up this last year. This has been like one of the hottest stock markets you've ever seen, especially when it comes to tech and games and things like that. Having Ubisoft drop during that period, right before we're about to go into the recession, it's only about to get worse for these people, guys. It really is. Ubisoft at its current state is mismanaged. Shareholders are hostage of the Guillemot family members and the Tennyson who take advantage of them. Management is focused on pleasing investors with beating quarterly results and not focusing on long-term strategy to provide exceptional experience for gamers. Wow, that's savage right there. But that's exactly what we've been saying on YouTube this entire time. We've been saying that these people don't care about gamers. In fact, they seem to actively loathe gamers. They seem to go out of their way to create product that's going to piss gamers off and make gamers not want to buy and purchase a game rather than actually try to make some excellence and do something that gamers would actually want. That's the whole problem. That's the whole reason we're here. This whole DEI agenda is something that's trying to fly in our face. They're trying to force this around everybody. They're trying to cause lots of problems, trying to socially engineer us, and we just want to play a freaking video game where we have Han Solo shooting up the galaxy. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. At least you'd think it wouldn't be that hard, but unfortunately for Ubisoft, it is. Now, I've talked to employees of Ubisoft. They say it's like a sweatshop in there of diversity, and so they get emails regularly, like reminding people about pronouns, causing lots of problems. They get all these like learning seminars and things like that, where they are out there and like, hey, we're going to learn about how to be more inclusive today. So they spend hours and hours and tons of company resources on these sorts of things, where they're trying to brainwash their employees. And the ones that are already in on it are then trying to brainwash gamers. That's the core of the problem right here. So we believe that the Guillemot family and Tennyson are discounting potential value of Ubisoft in order to buy more shares at a lower valuation and eventually take full control of the company at a heavily discounted valuation. That's really interesting. So they think that Ubisoft's intentionally tanking themselves for a power play there. That would be quite the 4D chess. I personally don't think that's where it's at. I think it's just these people are so woke, so crazy. They're making all the wrong decisions, but maybe there is a conspiracy behind it. Maybe that is the whole problem here. Maybe we are going to see more and more Ubisoft failures intentionally until it reaches a level these people can buy things up. That'd be a really interesting play. We value the great work that's been done by the Guillemots over the last decades in Ubisoft, but now is the time to move on and restart the business with new shareholder approach and new management and CEO. According to the letter, the Guillemot family controls more than 25% of shares in the company and around 29% of the company's voting rights, so they have a major problem there trying to get rid of these people. So they think it should be taken private, and they want the company to address this issues away from the public market and pressures made necessary changes without harming minority shareholders, retail investors, pension funds that are victims of these efficiency problems and mismanagement under current leadership. And it really, really is mismanagement. They've destroyed all their IPs. I don't see that Star Wars is going to recover for video games anytime soon. I don't see that Assassin's Creed is going to recover. From what I'm hearing internally, they're going to dial things back and focus on just doing remakes of classic Assassin's Creed games to try to get you in on member berries rather than anything else new from this point forward. They're basically giving up because they did this, and they're not going to actually recognize that it's the bad gameplay, it's the woke agenda that's causing the problem. They're going to say, well, I guess gamers just don't want a new game. Maybe it's Assassin's Creed fatigue. That's the type of mental gymnastics that these people do every time. So the share drop's crazy. Ubisoft is in the gutter. It couldn't happen to a nicer company, and this is our result. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Please back the Hidden Emperor graphic novel here on Kickstarter. Really appreciate you guys for being there. We'll be back soon.